Your future. The time by Spark is
3 o'clock.
With that horn, you know what time it is. It's the rallying cry for the CCRP update. Good afternoon. It's Sunday, April 6th. Welcome to this, the 14th episode of the CCRP update for 2025. CCRP was created to empower, celebrate, and protect Jamaica seniors. They offer many benefits. Visit our website at ccrponline.org. CCRP update is brought to you by JNGI Silver Shield, the best choice for auto and property insurance exclusively for CCRP members. Contact Gallagher Insurance Brokers or JNGI for best value and a boatload of benefits. In today's update, we kick off with a talk on Autism Awareness Month, this being April, with a timely intervention by Dr. Avril Daly, a consultant clinical psychologist. She'll help us understand about adults with autism. Yeah, but first, a little family business. Our CCRP update sponsors J&GI offer their amazing Silver Shield plan for auto and property insurance exclusively for CCRP members. The auto plan includes free benefits from the Jamaica Automobile Association with valet service for vehicle registration, fitness, and 24-hour roadside assistance. CCRP members, if you have not yet renewed your membership, we urge you to do so now. All those who have paid their CCRP membership dues for 2025 will be eligible to win a bunch of things. Let me give you an example. A 4-day, 3-night stay for a whole family of 4 at the Little Bay Country Club in beautiful Negril, or a weekend for 2 at the fabulous S Hotel in Montego Bay, or delightful dinner for 2 at Shive Restaurant in Kingston. Don't miss out. Pay your dues and encourage your friends to sign up. You could be a winner. Also, invite your friends who are 40 years old or over. Yes, you can't just wake up one day and say, oh, I'm 75, what am I going to do? I'm 60, what am I going to do? No. At 40, you plan, you get involved, you get approximate thing, you straddle the worlds. Yes, 40, and you're eligible to join the CCRP. When you join CCRP, you open up a whole world of exciting events and money-saving discounts. For only an initial registration fee of 2,500 Jamaican dollars, you renew each year for only 2,000, and you'll have access to discounts of up to 30% from our more than 100 discount partners. And CCRP also offers 2 high-value health insurance plans underwritten by Sagicor for our members from 40 years old till whenever. Right? On next week's program, we'll discuss fire safety, especially addressing the needs of the most vulnerable, elderly, and children. And I'm sure in there are 2 persons with disabilities of any age, but it will be something to behold, to hear, so we'll look out for each other with fire safety. The update will be provided by a rep of the Jamaica Fire Brigade, so don't miss out that program. It's a life-saving program. Now, to the core of today's update from CCRP, April is observed as Autism Awareness Month. And it's our pleasure to welcome consultant clinical psychologist Dr. Avril Daly, representing the Jamaica Autism Support Association. And she'll focus on autism in adults, not an angle we hear that much about. So it's a double warm welcome because we're going to learn some stuff today. It's school today. In Doc?
Yes, it is.
It's school time, and we
Yes.
love to learn. Part of aging healthily is making sure that you don't lock up. We don't out school anymore. School don't out.
No, it's lifelong learning.
Lifelong learning. You sound bright and energetic, Doc. It is very encouraging to
you.
feel you.
And thank you for having me, and thanks for Jessa for asking me to represent them.
Oh, amazing. Let's start with diagnosis and support, shall we? Because if you don't know what's going on, you can't support. You don't know what to do, right? So
That's so true.
all right. So item 1, what are the common signs and symptoms of autism in adults? And, I'm sure that will help in the diagnosis.
All right. Before I jump into that, I'll just let you know that majority of persons with autism are diagnosed when they are children.
Yes.
And what's the problem is most people think that when they reach 18 or 19, they miraculously don't have autism anymore.
Grow it
So
out.
a lot of no, that's what they think.
That's what I'm
But
saying. Them think them grow
yeah,
it out. Yes.
yes. So a lot of the time, the preparation for the adult with autism is not there.
Mm.
And now that we're finding a lot more persons being diagnosed and needing this kind of support because they're entering into adulthood, then we have as a spotlight now being shone on persons who are now adults with autism.
Mm.
All right. But when we look at it, whether you're a child diagnosed for the first time as a child, or some adults are diagnosed for the first time as adults,
Wow.
right? And that is sometimes what makes it so hard, because a lot of times they're thinking that there's something wrong with me. Why am I like this? But with everything with has to do with mental health issues, there's always a stigma attached to it.
Right.
So sometimes people recognize the signs from early, but they don't want a label to be attached. And then the person goes through their childhood, get into adulthood, and now as adults, they want to seek and to know what exactly is happening with me, what is why am I like this? And usually that's when somebody will have a straight talk with them and say, look, listen, this seems like autism spectrum. Right? So autism spectrum disorder is a neurodevelopmental condition. So there's problem with or well, not problem, challenges with social communication and their interaction. So for social communication, understanding the social cues that are around you. So body language and facial expression, some people don't understand it. So a person might be looking at somebody with a cross expression, and the person with autism might find it very, very amusing and is
Mm.
laughing, and you get
Yes.
very angry because you're saying, in Jamaican term, your mother look just give you one good look, and you must straighten up.
Yes.
A lot of our persons with autism don't have that,
Mm.
and sometimes even as adults, they might go into a social space and try to interact with somebody, and the person is looking at them as if like, leave me alone, but they are not
Mm.
reading that spatial feature. And sometimes that can cause people that, I can't stand this person, they don't
Mm.
understand that they should just stay away because I'm giving them all these vibe. So sometimes, unless you said, do not talk to me, I'm like,
Mm.
oh, okay, and then they usually go off and find something else to do. But they're
Yes.
sometimes not being able to understand that. All right.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yes. Yes.
sometimes have difficulty maintaining their friendships and relationships.
Mm.
And again, this is social aspect of it, the give and take, right? In a
Yes.
conversation, like I am talking with you, and I kind of listen out to hear when you're going to try and come in. The person with autism might not be so au fait, and we continue talking about something that they really, really like.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to get in, and they're like, I have 2 pages of information I need to give you, and I'm going to give it all. I'm not waiting for that back and forth.
Yes.
But the good thing, as I said, we're with more look at them as neurodivergent, in that they are different. They are different. They and they encompass a lot of things that we don't want to always look as challenges. But a lot of persons with autism, for example, where we talk about repetitive behaviors and interesting activities, they really become in tune with certain topics, and they know it inside out, and
Yes.
can tell you date and receipt of everything. And that's a
Mm-hmm.
fascination that they have. I met a young lady. She's supposed to be in her 40s now, but as a child at 12, she could almost tell me what she had for lunch on a particular day of the year, years ago,
My gosh.
right? And mommy, when mommy was telling me this, and I kind of was very skeptical, I said, tell me. So she pulled out a menu and said, here are all the menus, because I've kept them, because when I have to order lunch, just pick anyone at random. And I did. And about 8 out of 10 times she was spot on. You
My
tell me what was for
goodness.
lunch on that day. So a lot of them grow up into adulthood with these kind of skills. And
Yes.
so jobs that they can get should be able
Mm.
to use these skills. And
Yes.
sometimes they are not given a chance to use the particular skill.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Mhm.
listening to you and I'm thinking, my goodness, there's a need for that kind of attentiveness in our society because we
Right,
just kind of on a nothing kind of thing. And people will
right.
kind of upbraid you if you sound like you're too particular, want to make you
Yes.
sound kind of too uptight, but we need that kind of attention to detail.
Yes, we do. The
Mm.
one thing also in terms of sensitivity, sensory sensitivity, Most time you hear about them being sensitive to sound. So a lot of time you see our adults walking around right like with their headphones on,
Mm.
because it helps all of them buy these noise canceling headset that cancel the noise and makes the
Mm-hmm.
environment not as loud.
Yes.
So like that in a workplace at times we have to be able to give them a blind
Yes.
to let
Yes.
them work with something like that, because
Yeah.
sometimes I'm telling you, I've been to places and the chatter is so much that it even distracts me.
Right.
Right?
Understood.
But
Understood.
for them it's kind of uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be nice if work would say, okay, this is what you can do. All
Mm-hmm.
right, we'll
Mm-hmm.
allow you to come in this space and you're allowed to wear your headphones. And it's not that we're ignoring the rest of the world. We just
Mm-hmm.
need to get some peace and quiet while we do our stuff.
So that's one bit of solution, possible solution there for
Yes.
employers and educators to just understand
Right.
that you adjust, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I love the neurodivergent tag because it says it all. It's just that we're not all the same. We're not clones of each other, not even twins.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And a lot of people, we sometimes don't embrace differences as much
Mm.
as we should.
Yes.
And the adults with autism, especially the ones who are what we call higher functioning, that means intellectually
Mm-hmm.
they are functioning just like you and I.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are even smarter than you
That's
than
correct.
you and
That's
I.
correct. Yes.
And
Yeah.
they're able to explain to persons what is it like having this the disorder. And
Mm-hmm.
it's good to get that input from them for you
Mm-hmm.
to understand why I behave in a particular way,
Mm-hmm.
what I like and what I don't like, and for us to be able to accept them and to allow them to be able to live in this space with everybody else.
Mm. What are the kind of resources we have within our society that can address some of these gaps?
Jerry, I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that question. we,
Sorry,
re-
we have to do
we,
the work.
we really don't have as much resources as we would for the adults. As I
Yes.
say, our program caters for children. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the resources are pushed down to the birth to about even age 12, 13.
Mm,
Sometimes when they get to the secondary level, even then the resources are a little bit limited. All
mm,
right. But
mm,
little thing that we can do and we always need, all right, is a good support system.
mm.
And support system start firstly with education.
Yes.
We need to have more programs like this where we can bring the knowledge out to the wider community,
Mm-hmm.
because autism is on the rise and very, very rapidly. When
Mm,
I just started studying about autism, it's like one in every 1,500,
mm-hmm.
and then now it's like one in every 70
Wow.
birth is
Yes.
going to have a child with autism. I can no longer say I don't know any of my friends who have children with autism. I don't
Mm,
know of any adults with autism. No, you can't say that anymore. They're
mm,
all around the place. So a support system is going to be what you need for them. All
mm.
right, allowing more technology. Right, a lot of our persons with autism don't like writing because it affects the fine motor skills. So they have a lot of difficulties sometimes with writing.
Yes.
And starting from high school, having like their laptop, being able to write and to use it to record notes and to do all the different kind of things
Mm-hmm.
that they would want. Any accommodation when they get into the university, uh, more and more university are putting in special needs accommodation,
Yes.
so they will get some. But still, sometimes it's a fight. You have to prove
Mm-hmm.
that you have this disorder, which I can understand, which is
Yes.
you
Of
don't
course.
want to be willy-nilly giving out these accommodation to people who
Yeah.
don't need it.
Due diligence. Yes.
Yes. So they do have to have that. But then sometimes there are persons who will say the idea of who a person with autism is to me, you're not fitting that profile. So I'm not going to put that in place. So it shouldn't be left to the individual person to make that call.
Mm-hmm.
It should be this person comes in, the student services office says yes, you need that kind of thing, and you do that. Sometimes some students are barred from certain programs as well, because they come in with a label of autism. Somebody say, oh, he can't do anything in terms of psychotherapy, he can't do medicine. There's so many different aspects to different professions that
Right.
he can do it, but maybe not a particular type,
Right.
because he might not want to be in a social space. And there are some persons with autism who enjoy the social space. It's just, as I said, they come a little across a little awkward the social space. But a lot of times, if you show them and say, okay, some people might not like this, then they will be able to tone down and change their approach and try again. So that's the
Got
kind of
it.
support system that they really need.
Got it.
Uh,
We fly past the goalpost.
oh,
So,
Jesus, oh
but tell
my.
us exactly how to get more info or how to contact you, so that our people, where are the resources online that are reliable? You
All right,
have any of those to hand? Yes.
JASA has their own page. All
What's the
right.
web? You have the address?
Yes,
Yes. Mhm.
yes. Their website is autismjamaica.org.
Nice.
O-R-G.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get them by email at jasa, J-A-S-A dot
Mm-hmm.
jm2k9 at gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
And like everything else, they're on social media. So they're on Instagram, Jasa_Jamaica.
Mm-hmm. Ah,
Facebook is the same thing, Jasa Jamaica.
yes.
And on Twitter, J Autism Support A.
Got it. Got it.
And Miss Kathy Chang is one of the leading members, one of the co-founders. So she can always there. So I can give her phone number as well.
Well, once I land on the page, I'm hoping, because we're like 2 minutes
Yes,
over, so we need to
yes,
go.
yes.
Thank you
Okay.
so much, Doc. You've been very,
I
very
really
clear
enjoyed
and
it.
engaging, and I really appreciate you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate being here.
Blessings. Dr.
Blessings.
Avril Daly, consultant clinical psychologist repping Jamaica Autism Support Association, JASA. Yes, man, good stuff. And that's it for today with the update. Until next Sunday at 3 for all things CCRP, visit our website, ccrponline.org, and you can get some of our material on our YouTube channel, which is, CCRP Jamaica. Don't forget, the starting point is 40. Check us out and become a part of it. CCRP Update brought to you by JNGI Silver Shield, the best choice for auto and property insurance exclusively for CCRP members. Contact Gallagher Insurance Brokers or JNGI for best value and a boatload of benefits.